host an Invisible Dungeon Master Day. So for those of you just tuning in, this is Dungeon Masters of Entrath, the HEX game show. Normally I would have a camera to show you who I am, so you can stare at the face of fear, aka your Dungeon Master. But for some reason my camera is not cooperating with me today. And I don't really want to waste everybody's time trying to troubleshoot this on stream, so we're just going to keep going. If this is your first time in Dungeon Masters of Entrath, I take on the role of Dungeon Master. I have designed a series of decks that you can compete against. Matches are best of one. If you defeat all of the decks, you win a fantastic prize. If you lose at any point, you are done. The current theme is the Underworld dungeon. In this dungeon I have built 4 decks, one for each of the Underworld races: Necrotic, Venin, Shinhair, and I can never remember them all at the same time, so I should stop trying to attempt to list them all at the same time. To be eligible to compete against the dungeon, your deck needs to be Ardent Faction, which means 20 or more troops of the Ardent Faction. Any troops above and beyond that can be neutral, but absolutely no Underworld troops are allowed in your deck. If you wish to take the challenge a step further, there is also hardcore mode, where just like I built one deck for each of the 4 races, you would also need to build a deck for each of the 4 races, and then we play opposing factions. And if you can defeat all of the dungeons in that fashion, then you get an additional prize. So here is the current list of prizes. As you can see here, every time somebody fails to tackle the dungeon, another item is added onto the prize list, and so we keep going on and getting bigger and bigger from there. And I am going to post in here, as I always do, the link to the thread for Dungeon Masters of Entrath, so that you may review the rules at your leisure. I do want to give everybody the early warning tonight that if somebody is successful in completing this dungeon, I still do not have the next dungeon fully completed yet. The next dungeon has 9 decks, and the next dungeon that we're going to be doing is Standard Silver. So for the next dungeon, just to kind of get the explainers out of the way before we dive into a whole lot of hex action. For the next dungeon, it's standard format, so this is the deck building tab you're going to want. And then Eco or Silver League, I've seen 2 different names for it, which basically means that your deck can use common and uncommon cards only. No rares, no legendaries. So everything you see here is your deck building pool. Now I have 9, I'm building 9 decks. The dungeon itself will be completable in 5 encounters, depending on which critical path you choose, and then there will be 1 optional encounter for each side of the dungeon. And so that's how you get to 9, and I only have 5 of them built. So if the dungeon is defeated today, we'll have to leave it off at that, and I'm going to have to scramble to finish building those decks. But, alright, Tim Lagore, you are the first to formally challenge me in chat here, so you will get first crack at things. Normal mode, because you're not ready for hardcore, I guess. Not yet. So, if you want to go ahead and send me a challenge, and let me know which deck you want to play first. I'm going to quick tweak one thing on the stream settings here. We're going to go now playing Underworld Dungeon Normal Mode. And all additional unnecessary explanation, but just to let you guys know what's going on. While I was setting up the stream here, I've been having some issues with a desk lamp I keep by my desk here. that I usually have on just to provide a little additional illumination on myself while I'm streaming, but it also helps illuminate my show notes because I don't get a lot of light in this corner of the room, and helps me show my prize list. And I've been having some issues with it. The light wasn't turning on properly, and I made the idiot mistake while the light was still on of trying to screw it back in and check if the bulb had been burned out or not. And little did I know that even though the light bulb had only been on for about 60 seconds, that the light bulb had heated to the temperature of the surface of the sun. So I burned my index finger pretty good. Alright, Tim Legore wants to start with necrotic. So I was icing it and putting it against a cold can of beer and stuff, but the neurons in my finger are randomly firing right now from the burn on that. And so I'm going to try to keep a filter on it, but if I like randomly swear during the stream like I've got some sort of mental issue, it's probably related to the fact that I burned myself and not in any way related to the hex action here. Because normally I don't swear that much on screen, but y'all need context if it becomes a problem tonight. Alright, we won the flip, so we'll go first. 2 shards, an arcane focus, and a midnight shepherd. This is, as well as Alexil can fish for a shard, so I think this is fine. We'll move Chad over here, and I do want to play the dust first. We'll go ahead and take a blood, and because we'll need 2 for extinction. And pass the turn. Turn 2 will probably slow shard for Sapphire and Arcane Focus. And hope to find another shard. Okay, so Sapphire. No reason to play a Midnight Shepherd on turn 2. It can't do anything for you until it's 5 shard. Have fun and be the lady with the best skin win. Alright, so we can have a diamond shard or a diamond shard. We got a lot of exposed undead flesh on this side of the board. Lixil, the High Infinitrix. Alright, so Tim Legore has a War-Torn General out. When you play an Ardent Troop, create a Valor and put it in your hand. And this guy gets 1/1 for every Ardent, or not every Ardent, every Valored up troop you control. Alright, so at 3... I think we do nothing because next turn we can get a 4th resource, Lixil and Charge Power into Invincibility. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to play Prodigy of Velosilov now to try to bait out some removal. Because if that gets killed, we have Lixil Invincibility next turn, and 2 turns after that, Midnight Shepherd can start hopefully bringing things back. Format for the Underworld dungeon here that you're viewing is Immortal format. All sets are allowed. It's just the next dungeon that's going to be standard and have a little bit of rules in place. Let's just randomly, for laughs and giggles. Well, no, it says the webcam's been on this whole time, but clearly nobody can see it. Alright, the War-Torn General is a 3/3. I would be surprised if that swings in. It does not. Okay, we now have a pair of Lixils. So we will Elixir number 1 for Wild. And then Charge Power for Ruby. So that Elixir is now invincible. And those are both much stronger. And I'm going to go ahead and swing in, because we have a way to bring him back. Yeah, letting the Velosilov stick. Alright, that is a Decree of Banishing. This attacks for each hard troop you control, or troops get +1/+1, yep. Okay, so we're gonna take 6, 7. Get a slow shard for Ruby, because that's all we can do there. Okay, 4 resources. We're going to play an Elixir again and get the second blood to represent that we could have extinction. I got better. Swing or not swing? I'm gonna hold off on swinging here. Maybe not the correct play, but I'm afraid of getting like speed beats or champ powered into some shenanigans. Next turn, if we draw a shard, it might be Combat, Extinction, Shepherd. Although I do like having the power of Velosilov online, because it makes any further troops drawn just that much better. Well, that is annoying though, because that makes it extinction proof. It would just get reverted and put back into play. And so that's 5 damage. Alright, another Midnight Shepherd isn't really doing anything for us. I'm sure I can find my pen again. So I think the smarter play is aggression here at this point. And then probably board wipe after. Which still brings that, again, that'll come back, but... Or does it? I think this goes in the deck. Deathcry, put this into your deck. Revert this and put it into your play. But I've tried this combo before. I think it just goes back in the deck. This card does not work the way with Tianas, the way you might think it should. Alright, so War-Torn General trades. So I'm actually going to just try this and just kill it, because I think it's going to go in the deck. You burn me, I kill you. Yep, it goes back in the deck. I thought that one was weird. The go back into deck supersedes the revert it, put it into play. That effect trumps the put back into play, apparently. I've experimented with that combo before. Does not play out the way I thought it would. But yeah, the behavior's consistent. It's just not exactly the way you think that's going to work. And that is a Sting Shot Sniper, which is not the happiest thing to see. Yeah, that was a mistake I shouldn't have made. Alright, so now Crypt Dust doesn't really do much for us, but it's a thing. Let's get our Prodigy back. A non-empowered Sting Shot can't individually kill anything here. So Elixir swinging for 5 is nice. Live and learn. Or, in your case, die horribly. Just gotta... Dungeon Master's gotta troll a bit. Top decking like a pro to make up for it. Uh-oh. Decree of Banishing. So we have another Elixir voided from existence. And... oh! Grace of Tianost hit on the Sting Shot Sniper, which hits me in the face. And there's another 4 damage. That's painful. Marshal Josephina says the Prodigy can't swing. So the path to survival here is to swing for 3 damage, then play Extinction, oh god, it reverted! No! I forgot about that. We're still dead. We're still dead. Oh, not dead yet. But pretty dead. A burn is a burn and it's over. Yeah, we dead. Dang, he got it. Necrotic are down. Oh, whoops. Yep, we did. Alright, so one has fallen. That leaves one down. 3 to go. Alright, so Necrotic are down. We're going to do Dwarves next. So far, Dwarves are the only one of the 4 decks that Dwarves are the only one that have not got a single win. Everybody beats dwarves. So, since everybody seems to beat dwarves, we're going to throw dwarves at this, and if they win, hooray, they're on the board for a kill. If not, we got the anticlimactic one out of the way into the back half. Yeah, no Lixil in the crypt. You voided them both. You gave them the decree. No, I couldn't bring her back, so I was gonna take my damage where I could get it and then wipe the board to try to get rid of your threat. And I forgot that Grace of Tianos just left it right there. The pen is ready. So are my robots. And golly, my finger smarts. Oh boy, one shard. Do we do it? Do we do it?
Suddenly silence.
Had to burn your stupid buffer before you got big. Failed to realize you would. Yep, I was set up for the next turn. I'm gonna hope for 2 shards, and okay, this will work. Didn't notice the game was starting. Yep. Get in here and fight me. So we're going to play War Machinist, who is our backdoor win condition and a way to get some cheap damage in. And take 2. And say hello to a Protectorate Defender. So we have the Ruby, we'll take Sapphire, and go Warp Steel Widget. And Electroid. Even though Electroid can't do anything yet. Hero of Legend. Yeah, we're gonna get rolled. This dwarf deck's pretty bad. Alright, so Crackling Vortex, Underworld Decree, gain a Sapphire Shard. I don't think it actually matters. And do that for Dreadlings. Again, hitting some cheap damage hits. And powering up the Warp Steel Widget. And how much is Eternal Guardian? 8? 9? That might be the thing we need. Alright, so those get valored up. That's 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. Only one eligible blocker. All that and Rowan's still in bed. Yeah. I've kind of made it one of my rules that once people have started playing the dungeons, not to go back and change decks. But if I could have a do-over on this deck, I think I'd redo this one because it's pretty bad. It doesn't really give people a whole lot of challenge. Alright, so that's at 7. Let's, do we pop the Warp Steel widget and see what we get? Can he kill us? Probably not next turn, so we'll wait one more turn to crack it. And for curiosity's sake, see what we get. Alright, so Warp Steel widget's at 8. Oh god, we're not gonna get to crack it. Oh wait, yeah we can. Charge Colossus. And we did. Alright, so that deck's out of the wet. That's the only win that feels free in this dungeon. The others are much more challenging. So that Electroid is a slacker indeed. Only plays when he wants to play. He's got stage fright, needs to have a lot of buddies. Yeah, Guardian was the hope. Guardian was the hope. That I could have found some way to cheese a win, or at least bought myself some time. So we're going to play Venom, and we'll make Shinhair the last stand. Because Shinhair the more I play Shinhair, the more I think Shinhair is the hardest deck. Alright, we hit the coin flip this time. And gonna keep this and hope to pull a Blood Shard. It's nice to have the Runeweb Infiltrator early and an Exarch. We have some things to build into. So a Blood Shard in the first couple draws would be excellent. And again, apologize for the lack of camera tonight. I don't know what's going on with my webcam and why it's refusing to obey. Because I have it turned on again, and obviously there's nothing to see. So we're just making do without, and I'm going to add that to my list of Steam things I need to troubleshoot. Okay, remember the important thing about that card. In other words, he's got Protectorate, Defender, and Grace of Tianost. Alright, so Runeweb Infiltrator on 2 here, and then oh dear, not a very appropriate sleeve. I've seen Runaz once. Burn, no! Alright, so that means next turn it's going to be Slow Shard for Blood and Exarch of the Egg. And Tribunal Magistrate is good to see. So the Magistrate's going to be the next turn. Some Flame Retardant Eggs. Stun target, Exhausted Trooper, and wait on that. No swing, so probably not a burn. Maybe not a burn. Okay, so we're gonna Tribunal Magistrate. So now every time something is played on that half of the board, we get some eggs for it. And I'm going to swing in here and hope that this connects for Skitter of the Arachnid, which it did. So enjoy some more eggs, and we'll pass. Bold move. I think we take it, because I'm afraid of a combat trick here, or a burn, or a crackling bolt. Although that's a little bit surprising, a call. New shards, please. Not going to swing in with the 1, but I will Azure Fang Decree here. Find us a spider. Okay, and there's an Ardent Crusader, 4/6. Deathcry summoned 2 phantoms. There's double blood, so as far as, yeah, you found shards, but they're in the crypt. Oh my god, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. A burn and a Voice of the Ashwood. So we're gonna swing for 3. Play Vilefang Eremite. And pass. Actually, probably should have played Vilefang pre-combat. That would have been 1 more point of damage going through. Alright, we're gonna make that block, which does give phantoms. And there's another Ardent Crusader. With this wonderful thing called Brood Baron, we're gonna hope we can win a damage race. Because Brood Baron will double the number of eggs in that deck every turn. And then we swing with our 4/1 Spiderling. So that's going to attack. Yeah, we'll pass the turn back over. I'm torn if I want to block the Ardent Crusader if that swings. Because a burn takes out our Tribunal Magistrate, or gets rid of the Brood Baron, and both are instrumental in making this end faster. Especially when we can just stun it next turn. So Exalted Knight is terrible for our deck because all of those Spiderlings, any other troop we play, they're all going to come into play exhausted. Now, no resources are available, so we know we can get away with... I'm not sure why... Why was that the swing? Am I missing something here? Because I can just go bam bam. Get rid of the Exalted Knight, only take 4 damage? That seems bad. Like, that was very advantageous for us. Oh, there you go. There's the point. Lasgar's Vengeance. Nobody expects the zero-cost Lasgar's Vengeance. Yeah, did not play for the zero-cost Vengeance. Seemed like a bad decision until it wasn't. And now we're gonna lock that down and pray for some spiders. We get 6. I don't want to gruesome deed now because it's stunned for a turn anyway. That was a good move. I felt very comfortable blocking that because I'm like, you got no open resources. What can you do? You can Lasgar's Vengeance for free. Much vengeance.
A parting gift.
Alright, so that could be 2 in the air we can't do anything about. We can stop the Valiant Escort with a Spiderling. Crack back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then maybe kill the gruesome, or kill a Crusader. Or do we let Crusader live and just keep throwing a Spiderling in front of it? Because alive, it's something that can be chump blocked every turn. Dead, it's 2 Phantoms in the air, dealing damage that we currently have no means to block. So Grace of Tianost on the Valiant Escort is problematic. That's 6 damage coming in. Puts us at 4. And so now that becomes a must answer. Alright, we're gonna play the spider game. See how many friends we can find. Nobody. Alright, so now we have to champ powers online. Have to leave back at least a couple blockers. 1, 2, probably a 3rd and a 4th. Just to really be safe.
Shit, not again.
So I'm going to swing with 3, and then gruesome deed one of those to get rid of Valiant Escort. It will still be in play, but it will no longer be flying. And that buys us a turn. Because with it dead, it came back into play unspecial, so now it can be blocked. So we have 2 turns here. Because we have to block these 2, and we have the ability to block those 2 unless another Grace comes out. But that's 2 in the air that we currently have no answer for. Heart of Embers creates a Valor. Doesn't matter this turn. Alright, so we have to do these blocks to not die. Okay, and now Heart of Embers is going to... We're just dead. Heart of Embers can Valor us in the face. It doesn't matter. Creative Out, this deals 3 damage to target opposing champion or troop. We're just dead. It doesn't matter what we do. we'll just full swing and pass the turn. Please no extinct. Actually, that would be okay. Yep, there it is. Valor to the face. Heart of Embered. 3 decks down, 1 deck to go. Shin, hair, or bust. Okay, so Tim Lagore. I think I can just unfriend people whose names are still gibberish because they haven't come back since the whole server change. Well, sure, I lost until I got that Vengeance. Yeah, that Vengeance was brutal. Totally ruined the plan. Alright, Shin Air. Final battle. Sending challenge. Yeah, I'm probably going to unfriend the gibberish people. I mean, I want to give them some time, but it's been like a month now or more since the self-publishing changeover. And if the Scars of War launch couldn't bring them back, are they really coming? Are those people really coming back? Alright, we win the coin flip. We're going all out for it. This is not the strongest hand. It's like if they haven't played in 2 weeks, they're gone. Yeah, I don't think it shows you specific people's timelines, but I have kind of a general idea as to who shows up and who does not. Alright, do we want to keep this? It doesn't have a Hierophant in it. Hero Fall, kill. I'm gonna keep this. This could be a disastrous mistake. But there are a few early plays. This is one of the weaker starting hands we've had, though. Normally, keep it, hope for the blood, but I'm greed. Yeah, I'm being greed too right now. But so far, everybody who's faced this deck's had the misfortune of encountering me with a Runier Hierophant in my opening hand. And so on turn 3 I have a 5/5 that can't be blocked by troops with anything under power 5. Alright, so there's a shard. This has tunneling 3. So this is going to get tunneled. And then I'm going to save that charge power just in case a Hierophant comes out on the draw. William Rowan. Well, we need to make him die before he gets the opportunity to either swing in or get the Grace of Tianas treatment. So I am going to do that on our turn. And pass. No Grace or Wolf for you. That's too good to live. Alright, so a blood shard would have been fantastic there. We're just going to play the Dread Botanist and pass. Would really like to get the Dread Drivers online. And Hero Fall. Need that second blood. And next turn, Grave Nibbler's online. Alright, so Monsagi Lily Pad will give us the blood. And to hero fall or not to hero fall? I think with the amount of shenanigans that can do against us, I think just hitting that, slapping that with hero fall is correct. And then full swinging so that those Valors don't become 3 damage chumps. Yeah, got a hero fall heart all day, every day. I agree. Oh god, Reggie doesn't have speed. Reginald Lancashire. When this deals damage to an opposing champion, put him in your deck. It gets... when this enters your hand or crypt, reveal it, and you die. Reggie's a cute little way to try to backdoor win. And the threat of Reggie's actually enough that I'm not going to swing in with the Nibbler here. Okay, gonna risk and play a Dread Driver. Although unfortunately Dread Driver can't, oh dear lord. Alright, so we're gonna take a Reggie. Reggie's in the deck. Didn't draw him, we're still alive. But now we have the hidden bomb in our deck. And so now the name of the game is, can we kill before Reggie sneaks up and stabs us in the back? One in 46. Alright, Grave Nibbler's not allowed to swing next turn. Okay, that's a Runeer Hierophant. So we're gonna go wide. I don't think there's any choice there. Swing in with these two. Getting quite tense now. Yep, Runeer is serious business. Probably the other Dread Driver here, post-combat. Just to keep trying to hammer in with Dreadlings. And now we're going to start using this charge power every turn, too. No reason to let it sit any longer. So, I'm going to actually let that go, because I'm afraid of Vengeance taking out the rabbit. And Vengeance can kill all the rest of the stuff anyway. Yep, there's Vengeance. So there's a bit of a mistake in going too wide, but just shows not blocking with rabbit was correct. And now we're going to do this, swing in, and post-combat we're going to we're going to throw down Yazukan. And I think I only have one, maybe two Yazukan in the whole deck. He's kind of a special boss. Timlagor probably wants to see Decrees of Banishing here. I think one would have hit the rabbit by now if he had it. So this is death on board without an answer to one of the two threats. Two brings us down to 5. Continue to declare defense. This might be wrong. If there's a 3-cost action, but we just got health off of that. Vengeance will finish off Yazukan, but the bunny's still alive. Is there a 0-cost Vengeance? Oh, no, just... Okay, so... Spring-Litter Disciple. We'll turn 1 Dreadling into 2. Swing in. And now once again the Runeer has to be dealt with. It does have 5 cards, and we only have 1. But we gotta stay aggressive because Reggie's in the deck. Any card draw could be our last. I think we got it, if those are the card plays. No life gain there. Crackling Magma X2. Alright, so we're just gonna do that. Could have got to 3 charges again. GG's. So the Shinhair have been the enforcement crew. But this deck has lost before. Timlagor rattling off another 3-win attempt, but could not quite get there. But GG's for that early kill. Hero Fall was terrible. Well, Rowan plus Grace of Tianost would have been really, really, really bad for the Shinhair. So had to get the immediate kill on that before shenanigans could be had. Was all tooled up for dreads, and he brought out the monster rabbit. Alright, so I'm gonna, if anybody else wants a crack at the dungeon, let me know. I'm gonna take a very brief AFK here to use the men's room before taking on another challenge that could last like an hour, so I'll be right back.
Django, Kid Fisto, Bayo, Watto, Supreme Leader Snoke, Poe, Kylo. So hello from the dark side. I must have killed all the Jedi. Can't say that I'm sorry for blowing up Alderaan. We could have ruled the galaxy as father and son. Hello from the dark side. Do or do not, there is no try. It's just not real easy to keep building Death Star, but it don't matter. It clearly doesn't stop the Empire anymore.
Alright, I'm back. And what does Tim Legore want to do that's not very sporting? Jam 4 Bride of the Dams into an Blood Orc deck? Oh, I should remove the Be Right Back since I'm here. Derp. Derpa derpa. Alright, so if there's other... Oops, I'm going to change this too. If there's other challengers, let me know. Otherwise, we will build an Evo deck here to get through Tim Legore's cooldown before he'd be eligible to compete again. And it's very interesting typing with a burnt index finger. I don't recommend it. Alright. Artifaction wants to go. Why am I such a noob with these windows? Alright, we're going to do dwarves first because dwarves never win. So if they do, it'd be quite shocking. Dwarves, yes. Format is immortal. Sending a challenge. And it is... Oh, hardcore mode engaged. Yes, dwarves are elves. So you should be responding to that with an elf deck. And I need to edit this then. Now playing Underworld Dungeon hardcore mode. I also need to update the prize list because we didn't add anything yet for Tim Legore's run. Uh-oh, that is Cressida. Keeping hand. And Cressida goes first. The elves cannot allow the mechanical travesty to nature that the dwarf present represents. Or something elfy. Or something elfy. Lol. I saw your whispers, Tim Legore. I just didn't think since it was sent to me in Whisper, I didn't think that I would, discuss it openly then on stream, because that would defeat the purpose of it being a Whisper. We're gonna make Immortal Tears first, just to try to pull some stuff out of the deck. I will openly say though that I don't have a banned list, so what you whispered me would technically be legal. Why do I have 3? Oh, the Ashwood Maestro. At the start of each champion's turn, they gain +2 temporary resources. So we're going to go ahead and do this, and then we're going to do this, and this, and then we're going to be an asshole and do that so that we get the benefit and you don't. And then pass the turn. Yes, I can whisper back. But that's a thing I have to pay attention to then. Okay, Crackling Vortex for a resource. This takes how many to scourge? And that's troops. So those things don't help. So then we're just gonna probably hardcast this one. Sacrifice this for a shard. Pass the turn back. Alright, that's a Periwinkle. And that's another Maestro. Alright, so let's summon 2 Dreadlings. And then turn one of them into a Warbot immediately. And I think we swing in with these 2. Because we're not scared of those particular elves, we're just scared of what they could make. And we can now make a Warbot too. Alright, uses that for health. Mentor of Okenge. Lasgar's... Oh! Ramp to Vengeance. Just wipe out all of the cheap little dwarves. We're gonna scrounge 3 so we have something that can actually defend. And then things in this deck are cheap, so we'll throw down the Warp Steel widgets and pass. Alright, so we really don't want that to hit us, but we kind of do because Okenge Ceremony would let him look 5 cards deep for a big scary thing that he can ramp to. So I'm going to let that slide for the moment. want to get that 4th charge to have any chance here. I should have done that pre-combat, made a few more dreadlings. Alright, no play. Alright, Immortal Tears is number 6. It's number 7 and 8. We're gonna go ahead and bust that one for a charge Hulk. Not Eternal Guardian. Oh well, the hope continues. Alright, and Oken's Ceremony is going to look for a thing. Another Mentor of Okenge. This is a very roundabout way of getting to the thing that kills us. One, two, three. Are there any good artifacts at 7? I know that's going to make another thing, but we got to apply pressure somehow. I don't know if there's any worth artifacts at 7. Double Majesty. Lith Lyricist. Another Ageless Troubadour. What are these gemmed with? This deals double damage. Alright. So we have some weenies that can do bad things, and that's an empowered copied Stinkshot Sniper. So now we probably just did. Alright, and since we're dead, I'm gonna pop this and see what it would be. It would be a Chime of the Zodiac. When you play an action, copy it. Sin, Scrap the Endless. Huh. Okay, both of those would have been nicer hits. So we're dead in the air, so we're gonna go ahead and swing with this guy for fun. And that passed the turn. And the dwarves continue their valiant tradition of dying to everybody. This guy's all I can find today. Don't matter. Warbot, drop shit, Teraboticus. There could have been good hits, but we got Chimes of the Zodiac. We got the bad hit. The hit that didn't do anything for us. Alright. What do you want? Who's next? How about humans versus necrotic? And we're gonna go immortal. Underworld Necrotic. Oops. Oh, we're challenged. Okay, Underworld Necrotic. So this is round 2 out of 4. And Uzu is not a problem. I did say that all champions are legal. The only faction rule basically applies to the troops in your deck. Alright, so played a shard and passed. Blood humans. That's interesting. So I think we'll go ahead and use this for a blood shard. Because it's something we don't have access to in hand. 2, 3, 4 can get Invincible Lixil on turn 4. Take a Sapphire off that one. And Arcane Focus. Alright, I guess we'll just grab a Blood. And pass the turn over. Blessing of the Fallen. So, troops in the crypt. Troops you control are inspired by troops in the crypt as if they were still in play. In other words, the eternal inspiration. Alright, so we'll play a slow shard and grab Diamond. And go ahead and throw down the Forgotten Monarch. Monarch is gemmed with +1 and Crush, and when this attacks, Underworld troops get +1/+1 and lethal. Alright, so we'll play, since we've got blood right there, we're going to play Well of Cunning for another Sapphire, because I think we need 2 Sapphires too. And we'll Lixil for Ruby. And Champ Power for Wild. And then swing with the Monarch because we can. Can you handle 2? If not worried till they do something. Alright, so Artifaction has 2 Blessings of the Fallen. Does that stack? Or does that mean I'm just, like, never gonna get rid of it? Play another shard. We don't really need even more shards. Oracle Song. Let's try to find some gas. That qualifies. And that qualifies. There we go. Now we've got some toys. Do I hold back the Monarch? Those block, it dies, so I think we keep going for damage. Inspires whether it's alive or dead, so might as well have it in the crypt where it can't hit us directly. Alright, it goes. Now we have a fun little guy called Midnight Shepherd. we shall swing first. Midnight Paladin. And because I'm afraid of vengeance, I'm going to actually leave it at that and not play the Shepherd right now. Although, why am I afraid of vengeance? He hasn't swung in with nearly enough things to make that playable right now. But it might not matter. The human troops have been scared to come out and play. Rise again is going to bring back Jags. But that really doesn't matter because we're going to kill him. And then we're going to swing. Those humans scared to play. But Artifaction bringing out the hardcore attempt. Couldn't get the thresholds online. That is a hard thing too. Alright, so we need to bring up the prize list again, which I realize is kind of unreadable. And unfortunately, the way I have it in OBS, it won't let me copy and paste all of this into it conveniently into a more easily readable form. So we have to shrink that. And let's go into the collection here. Standard. And dig into the collection, because I had, at this point, so many people have challenged it that my pre-made list is kind of blown up. So we're gonna go in, and I think I have some surplus Scars of War rares. So let's look at stupid worker bot. Yeah, I don't know if I missed something here, but okay, so let's sort by. I only remember that your name is a lie. Sort by quantity. Alright, so I do have some extras of a couple things here. So we're going to add a Hate Hollow Witch. And I had some fun with this earlier in the draft versus function this week. We will add in a Silver Talon Mandate. Hate Hollow Witch. Silver Talon Mandate. Alright, there. So that is the updated prize list based on current people's attempts. And I think I can make that a little bit bigger. And since I copied this into the forums, since I copied the list in the forums and I've been keeping it updated there, I should probably just make an image of that so it's cleaner and nicer to read for people. I'm really looking forward to the budget format dungeon. I have some crazy fun decks built for that. Excellent. And I'm looking forward to that too, because I think that's going to be more accessible. I realized that the decks, I mean, I intentionally tried to build hard decks, and Dwarfs turned into Dwarfs is a joke. That wasn't the best one, but they're not exactly budget friendly in their current iterations. Well, I better have another shot at clearing this one. Tim Lagore says, I just kind of see you sitting over the keyboard, cracking your knuckles, like stretching out your neck and your arms, like, oh, yep, I'm ready, I guess somebody better beat this. So if anybody else who has not played the dungeon yet tonight wants to have a crack at it, speak now or forever hold your peace. If we have a challenger who's not had the opportunity to play yet, they are going to get priority. Otherwise, it'll be Tim Lagore's turn. Are AA commons fine for budget formats? Oh, absolutely. AA is just cosmetics, and so well, I guess that could make your deck skew more expensive. I mean, I'm not checking deck lists or anything, so... I mean, as long as I can recognize the card as a common, which shouldn't be difficult. Let's see here, just common, uncommon, yeah, show promo. I don't know if I'm going to be able to easily find a common promo in here. Actually, here should just show standard art. Yeah, cause see, this is a common AA. You can still very clearly tell it's a common, so that doesn't create any issues. If you survive the night, I might have to build the Bad Manners Arden deck. Turbulence went from uncommon to common in set 6. The Pauper world is on its head. There are some decks that definitely have a little bit more to fear in a world where people can roll with Turbulence. Alright. Tim Lagore, you're up. Nobody else spoke up in chat to say that they wanted to go. Are we still doing normal mode? I'm going to assume we're still doing normal mode. Over, and I will get out of the deck builder so that we can fight. Alright, and I don't know if you're ready or not, but I'm going to send you a challenge anyway, and you can just decline it if you're not. But let's get dwarves out of the way first, because dwarves are still winless. My Ruby Diamond team want to avenge themselves on those wabbits. Well, if you want to do wabbit second, you can do wabbit second, but I want to get dwarves out of the way first. I picked dwarves. Just gonna start with the easiest deck and get it out of the way. I highly doubt you're gonna struggle against dwarves. It's the other 3 decks that have some wins. This is fine. You will not be able to defend your rabbit overlords. The dwarves hang their heads in shame, knowing the truth of your words. Okay, so we're gonna take our Sapphire Threshold here and play the Warp Steel Widget and the Electroid. Swing for 1. Trash Mute immediately smashes. This is why we can't have nice things. that. And let's see here, go ahead and do that. And then swing in. Look at that, we're dealing damage. Reggie, no! Alright, so Immortal Tears, Underworld Decree, pop that for Ruby Shard, play it, get a Warbot, and pass. So now we have a theoretical blocker for Reggie, unless Reggie gets Grace at Tianos thrown on him. Dwarves have an outside shot at pulling off their first win ever. Decree of Banishing hits what? War Machinist? Yep, because that's a constant source of damage. Makes sense. And then Valor on Reggie. You know, we're gonna roll the dice. If he swings with Reggie, we're gonna let that hit. Bring it on. Because now we have an open board to swing across for 3, 4, 5 with Dreadlings. Warp Steel Widget, a Blamsmith. Alright, so that. Warp Steel Widget. Can't scrounge 3 yet. That. Dreadlings. Oh man, Tim Lagore. Dwarves are on the board! Well, this is getting embarrassing. Dwarves are like... Did we win? This dwarf deck is like 0-5, 0-6, and okay, so Trash Mute takes the thing that can get through clearly. Not a bad call. A couple Valors in hand, unless one of them was thrown away. The damn Shinhair Sneaks stole the shards. I think I have 26 in here, and they aren't showing up. So he's going to have to discard. And now we can Blamsmith and Scrounge, and we can also Impulse for some other things. Probably only need to hit one other thing to make Electroids able to swing through for the kill. Yep, that's a charge bot. So, Blamsmith. Scrounge. Actually don't even have to do anything else because he can summon 2 Dreadlings, which is going to unlock the Electroids. Everybody swings in. Tim Lagore dies! And the Dwarves, for the first time ever, prove that they have some small ounce of merit to justify their existence in this dungeon. They're so happy. I just want to blame Kismet for that. It happens. It happens. So that was a pretty quick run. Oop. troops. So we're going to cancel this, and I'm going to add this. So we're going to go a little smaller on the increase here, and we're just going to go change the gold amount from 10,000 to 15,000 gold. And that, oh my god, that's unreadable, holy Hannah. Alright, so there it is, made slightly bigger again. For the next stream, if this dungeon is still alive, I will make this into something more readable. It's just the most convenient way to get it on screen. So that massive chunk of text is the massive prize buildup on the bodies of the dead and the fallen. Alright, so if anybody else has decks ready, let me know. As a reminder, since we've been going at this for about an hour and 40 minutes, it's a good time to remind people again. This is Dungeon Masters of Entrath, the HEX game show. You are watching the Underworld dungeon. I've built 4 decks, one for each of the 4 ardent races, as you've been seeing here. I should take a look in the viewer list and see if any new names have arrived. There's a few people in the viewer list who could conceivably have decks. Also, special shout out to my buddy Saber. I see you there. I don't think you're a Hex player, but one of my good buddies on Xbox. Thanks for hanging out and watching some card game shenanigans tonight. Every time somebody fails to complete the dungeon, we add something into the prize list. For your deck to be eligible, you need to have 20 Ardent troops and absolutely no Underworld troops in your deck. The format is Immortal, so all card sets are legal. Matches are best of 1. And I will copy-paste the forum link again here. So if you wish to see the rules in print, you can review the rules at your leisure there. For obvious reasons, I ask that you have the stream muted and minimized if we are playing, so that it's a fair competition and better entertainment for the audience, so that you're not working off perfect information. I think that's a common enough rule that I don't think there's any problems with it, but might as well mention it. Oh, I had a question about hardcore deck restrictions. If you have 20 humans, 0 Underworld troops, but 3 Coyotal. Hardcore mode does need to be mono-tribal. So strictly necrotic, strictly venom, completely humans. For hardcore, we're a little segregationist on hardcore. No mixing of the races. Because that's what normal mode is where they can all be in harmony, working together to kick the Dungeon Master's butt. But all right, I don't see any new names popping up in chat wanting to. People are maybe too shy, or maybe don't have decks ready to take on the dungeon for a share of all of the prizes that you see here. 4 Scars of War boosters in there. A Hero Fall Primal pack. I mean, not a trivial prize pool. And I gotta talk with my dad about what we're doing this weekend. Let me see here. Yeah, you're eligible again because Timilgor just went, and nobody who has not had the opportunity yet has spoken up in front of you. So you're eligible. Yeah, this next Sunday is the last Sunday of the month, so I would assume Alucard's doing a Hextravaganza, and I might have social plans anyway. I was kind of thinking to try to fire up a Dungeon Master of Interest stream in the evening, like right as he's going down. See if I could get all his viewers to roll over to us to introduce a larger audience to it. But that might not be possible next Sunday because I might have other things going on. So expect, at this point I would tell people to expect no Dungeon Master stream on Sunday this week, and then we'll be back, of course, at our normal time on Wednesday. Right after Alu would be pretty hype, and that's something I want to... I think this is like the first month or the first month and a half we've been doing this, but I would love to become... I haven't talked with Alu about this yet, by the way. I haven't sent him any private messages or anything, but I would love to be the post-extravaganza after show. I think that'd be pretty hype. Alright, let me see here. Artifaction, if you're doing hardcore mode again, I'm going to do the same order and just start with dwarves. So we're going to change this to reflect that. So long-term, the Hextravaganza after party is the plan. Something I want to try to do. Oops. Just because I think a bigger audience is more hype for everybody. And there's some game show things I want to do that really just with it that just really don't make sense with smaller viewer numbers. Like polls and chat contests and things of that nature. Oh, that was a mistake. Did not want to keep it with these two resources because neither one of those gets a threshold. You have to have one to be able to get one. So mistakes were made. Because now we have to draw a resource to be able to play anything. The dwarves were so excited about getting a win that they promptly returned to forgetting how to function. I don't even know that those are worth playing right now. Alright, we'll take one. Please be a colored shard. I don't care which. It's not a colored shard. And there aren't that many. This is like a low, cheap troop aggro deck, so there's not a whole lot of shards in there because everything costs 1 or 2. So keeping this hand was a pretty catastrophic error. Yeah, Lasgar's Vengeance, you go right ahead. Double Vengeance. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna just waste one right now so that we have enough resources next turn to kill Periwinkle. Take all the damage. All the damage being only 2, but still. Look at this, good guy Dungeon Master giving out free wins. Right, Periwinkle can die. Three Dread Technomancers would be cool. We're going to take 2 more points of damage. Forgot how wells work. Maybe someday I'll have good duels. Alright, there's a threshold! We can start playing the game. But is it too late? Well, Maestro helps for this next turn. Alright, we're gonna take that. And we're gonna get the Sapphire Threshold that we so desperately need. When a troop enters the crypt, if Scroll of Yazukan is in your hand, add a soul counter to this. If there are 6 or more, I don't think that's going to be great for us right now. So Electroid. Throw you down. 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 Swing with all that crap. What costs 9? Tomb of Nulzon. Pay 1 tap, create a random troop with Nulzon in the name and put it in your hand. Acceptable. Alright, there's a Periwinkle and a Shard. And now our Dread Technomancers actually look pretty impressive. And we can scrounge this to become a 5/5. Oh, but that makes them weaker. I should have done that post-combat. That was stupid. That was a punt. Dungeon Master needs to learn how to play his deck. That was a big miss. Might not matter. With all those shard draws. Alright, I'm actually going to leave that back and swing with these. Oh yeah, let's just casually play an MC. and then burn him to death. Wow, dwarves are showing up tonight. What happened? Variance kills. Yeah, that was some real major flood. No lie. So let's see here. Right, I'm just gonna add a little more. Slowing down a little bit the rate that we build up this prize pool. So I added 5,000 gold in. So the prize list is now. I wish that didn't re-shrink every time. The prize is now 20,000 gold from the original 10,000, and then we've also added in the Hate Hollow Witch, the Silver Talon Mandate tonight. And I think I might add in another Scars of War booster on the next one. But as always, if somebody new has popped in chat and I haven't noticed you, and you want to challenge the dungeon, I definitely take new... what the heck happened with my Twitch here? Why does Twitch say I'm not logged in there? Okay, that's weird. I definitely take newcomers. Open link in new tab. So should I be worried that I'm logged in and I'm streaming on Twitch and I have my Twitch open in one tab, but if I try to get off of that tab and go anywhere, it says I'm not logged in? Like, is that a problem? It seems weird, because I can't really tab over to who else is streaming Hex or anything right now. I want 10 resources, but like 4 of those from shards. I don't know. I usually run 24 in most decks. I don't know if that's... which I think averages about 40%. Alright. So I haven't been counting Timlagor and Artifaction. How many times have each of you challenged the dungeon tonight? Is it... I don't know if you both have had the same number of attempts or not. So let me know. I don't know if you're both at 2 tries each, or if one of you's had 3. Done it twice. Alright, and Timlagor, how many cracks have you had at it tonight? At least 2. Maybe a third with that short dungeon, with that short dwarf kill. 2 each tonight, I think. Alright. I'll give you, if nobody else shows up, I'll give you each one more crack at it tonight. And then I think I'm going to hang it up for the evening. So if you want to... Timlagor, you would be up next if you'd like another shot at it. But this new game came out yesterday. You might have heard of it, called Mass Effect Andromeda. Been playing. I had yesterday off, so I played a lot of that, and I'm thinking I might want to maybe spend a little bit of time with that before going to bed, or maybe just go to bed at my normal time, because work has been kicking my ass this week. I think I can handle the humiliation. Let's see if you can. Let's see if you have what it takes to stop the dwarf win streak. Okay. Oops. Cancel that. We're going to normal mode. Oop, okay. Timlagor challenge Underworld dwarf sent. We're going to start by giving you a shot at redemption. Well, at least tonight we've shown off what the dwarf deck can look like when it does good things. Alright, these 2 shards will actually work. So we'll take our Saf first. And Gearsmith. To grab an Electroid, play said Electroid for free, and pass the turn. Gotta play the Warp Steel widget first to capture value for every artifact we play. Throw down a Ruby, Threshold, and I think Charge Bot. And then pass. Okay, so gonna go ahead and take that. Electroid gets trash muted into a Valor. And now that's actually a reason to play the Dread Technomancer. Didn't think about that. When you play an artifact, it gets you summon a Dreadling too, that shall help power him up faster, although right now he's in burn range. Counter punch back for 2, and the turn. Hero of Legend. Alright, and we're gonna take 2 again. And summon a couple Dreadlings. And swing. Well, we have to swing with Dreadlings. Alright, let's... Oops, that should get moved over a bit. Alright, so how many do you need? You need 5 or more artifacts to get +5/+5, and we only have 4. Not quite there yet. Alright, so Valor is going to go on the War Party Guide. Trash Mute on the thing. 'Tis a pity. Gonna take 6 because it doesn't really get us anything to give up our whole board right now. Summon a Worker Bot. Summon a Warbot. Let's go Impulse. Well, now I feel bad about that play order, because we could have gotten more things off the Warp Steel widget. And swing, swing, swing. And end the turn. Those bodies are just so much bigger that if the stack doesn't get very immediate pressure, it crumples like a paper bag. Only swings with the 1. Go ahead and block with the worker bot, because that puts a thing in the crypt to make Dread Technomancer even bigger. So that could block that could block that, and we could lose 2 warbots. Or a double block there. Three, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's not lethal, but it's a lot of damage. And we're faced with 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 in return. I think a couple things have to stay back as blockers. Okay, it does choose to go the route of taking out 2 warbots. What's a good way to push through 8 more? Alright, so they're all Valor, they're all invincible when they attack. No swing. Alright, so we'll go ahead and play another Warp Steel widget. One, two, three, 4. Okay, yeah, there's still enough in there that we can scrounge and not ruin the Dread Technomancer. But I can't counter swing into that right now, so we're not going to try. Now, when you summon an artifact, or when you play an artifact summon a Dreadling, does that count? Does Blamsmith's ability count as playing? Decree of Banishing is going to hit what? The widget? Nope, the Blamsmith. And no swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so we're going to try this again. I'm not sure why he's not swinging, other than maybe he wants to set up for something. There's the Eternal Guardian, so get wrecked. Got it this time. Prevent all damage that will be dealt to you and other troops you control. Well, bleep. Hell yeah, on 8, but I would think you could still pressure with 1. I mean, there's 3 Ardent Crusaders on the board now. But, yeah, the Eternal Guardian now represents a 2-turn clock on its own. That's what we've been playing for all night. We finally hit one. Okay, so Josephina's it. Gonna take a Ruby. And I probably should have played... I probably should have... oh wait, no. We've already used his power. Never mind. Alright, War-Torn General. And William Rowan. You know what would be nice? Some shards. So the humans are just going to stare angrily. From their side of the fence. The Eternal Guardian is going to swing in for 4. And we'll pass. And if Eternal Guardian is not killed this turn, then we should be fine. Sting Shot Sniper, not empowered, but is a blocker. Okay, it's Valord. Pull out a shard just to thin things some more. And swing in with those two. Pretty much has to block. And now, is there a Trash Mute? Is there a Decree Banishing? Oh, there's nothing. The Dwarves on a 3-game win streak. They're tired of me making fun of them, and now they're trying to show that every once in a while, maybe, just maybe, they can get some kills. Yeah, no point in attacking into Guardian once I got there. I got the lucky RNG that time. Alright, and I'm gonna just take a quick check. I don't... last call for...